what you need is a pair of blue jeans that are decent in the fabric, but they're not completely worn down. Some hefty rubber rings, or any kind of a ring that's like real durable rubber that the dogs can't tear apart, and a pair of scissors. Okay, what you want to do is you want to get the jeans and you want to cut them at points where you can get the longest pieces of material out of the fabric on both sides. So maybe you want to cut these up into like little Daisy Dukes if you want, so you have the long legs to then cut into strips, in which I'll show you what we're doing in that stage. So what you want to do is, like I said, try to get the longest run that you can in cutting the leg off. Helps if you have a good pair of sharp scissors. Okay, there's one good leg right there. Perfect. Two great pieces of fabric. Now, with 501 jeans costing as much as $35, after you've worn them out, the best use you can get is either cut these up for rags or make some kind of a useful product. And that's what we're going to do today. Best part of toy making. Okay. Then with each one of these, you start cutting your strips down like this. Just go down the other seam as a guideline. So we got 3 and 3 strips of fabric. So small strips like this is what you do. Then what you do is take the whole thing and get it wet. See, they're very, very wet. Now they're going to be easy to, you'll need some kind of a metal support so that you can actually tie a knot, as I'll show you, and go from that knot so you can build up strength in your well, this is sort of like weaving, but it's not. But you know, when you twine it together like braiding, that's what will give the fabric the strength so that the dog has the durability in the toy. Okay, what we came up with was a stool. We have this piece of metal here that's really strong, and we can tie up to that. So what you do is you go ahead and take the big piece and split it just enough that you can take it and tie it to that chair. Now you've got something that you can twist with, and twist the fabric and get it really nice and tight. And it may start dripping water, but that's fine. See, this is starting to drip water, but now you're getting a real nice rope out of this, like so. do a couple of strips the same way so you can tweed them together and start getting your length, and you'll get your rings and attach them in here. So what we'll do is we'll grab another one. We'll do the same thing with it. It's just enough to lock it up. And let's just go for 3 of them at one time. How's that? Make it more sturdy. Okay. Okay, so individually, you'll have to get these to start braiding up. The perfect setup if you weren't alone is somebody to be on this end holding them. Another way that you can temporarily hold them is, just your grocery store ties, your vegetable bag, and that'll kind of keep them together until you're ready to go here. So let's just get this ring in there now. We'll put one ring in now. And then tying them both together here, real tight. Then what you do, start braiding these together as tight as you can get. And we'll go ahead. Okay, let's get this other one going. And making a nice bond. Again, it's losing water, so we retighten this back up. And we're going to now twine this one in. In this case, we're going to put the other ring in down on this end. Nice and tight. Back that off 1 degree so we can tie it. Allow you to own your pets anymore by the state changing the laws. You then become a guardian of the animal, so that if there's ever a case of abuse, the state can legally come in and take the animal away from its guardian and not its owner. I'm imagining I can get about, as big as the dog is now, it's about 90 pounds. It's still growing in its second year, but it's pretty mature right now, physically. I imagine I can get probably, 3 months out of this, maybe. Refresher. Good stuff. It's got all this weight, and they grab this thing and they start flinging it like this. If you're anywhere near them when this hits you, fun. This is really thickly weaved right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 braids going down. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cross ties going down, plus the big final knot at the end, which kind of holds it together. If you had the room in there for another piece, it wouldn't be a bad idea to actually do a big knot on this end. But what they do generally, if you have a circle here, they're going to grab it by the circle, and if they're pulling by the circle, they're not pulling on the fabric. On this end, with all this being in the way, they're going to most likely pull by this knot or this. And again, it doesn't bother me. What you have is this real durable, heavy rubber, so I can pull on it, toy. And as you saw, the many braiding in it, so you know the strength is there, but it's bound with all those little strips in it. It's intertwined into the rubber circles. So literally for just the price of a pair of blue jeans that you were going to throw away anyway, and a few leftover rings from any toy that you can get, a pet toy, you've got a toy that your dog or your pet will sincerely enjoy for long. Now the secret ingredient that we've used was obviously getting this wet. The reason why is it makes it easier to twine into a super strength sort of thread. But when this thing dries out, it shrinks like most clothing or fabric does. It shrinks and it gets tighter, a lot tighter.